With a faint taste of cigarettes, you write a hallelujah song. And ain't it wonderful when you're feeling alright? So I tickle up your backbone. And at the break of day, you sank into a dream, you dreamer. And at the break of day, you sank into a dream, you dreamer, you dreamer, you dreamer. this town at the edge, looking down at a butterfly. And at the break of day you sank into a dream, you dreamer. And at the break of day you sank into.
Well, here we are at the start of what would be 13-hour hike. My brother, my dad, and I have all been in that truck that you saw at the beginning of the video for the last 2 days. And we made the bright decision that we were going to go out and hike the entirety of the Grand Canyon. So that's what you're seeing right now. It's our trip from the top of the rim down to the bottom in Phantom Ranch, across the river, coming back across the river the way that we came, and all the way back up in one day. Hike was almost 20 miles, and it took us, like I said, over 13 hours. But that was the choice that we made. The choice that we made to do that. And what I've come to learn is that our entire lives are defined by the choices that we make. Now, I'm not talking about the big choices, what car to buy, or what job to take, or who to marry. No. Our lives are defined by the small choices that we make every single day. The choice to drink water or to not. The choice to go out or to stay in. The choice to pick up the phone when somebody calls us, to answer a text whenever somebody needs us, to go somewhere, to go to the gym, to go and be healthy. It's our entire lives are defined by the choices that we make. And sometimes those choices will lead you down a bad chapter in life. But here's the thing. You're not allowed to skip those chapters. That's not how life works. You have to read every line, meet every character, and I promise you, you won't enjoy all of it. Hell, some chapters are going to make you cry for weeks, and you'll read things that you don't want to read. You'll have moments when you don't want the pages to end, but you have to keep going. These stories, they keep the world revolving, so live yours and don't miss out. Because when life comes at you, you have 2 choices. Either let it keep going and knock you on your feet, and life's going to keep going regardless of whether or not you get up. But it's the choice to get up that defines your future. I'm pretty young, so I haven't been knocked down a whole lot of times, but the times that I have been knocked down, it feels like the end of my road here. I've had one of the most influential years of my life this past 12 months. The choices that I've made have changed my life forever. Now, when I got knocked down, I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit everything. I wanted to quit my job. I did quit eating there for a little bit, but I chose to start again. I wanted to quit school. I wanted to drop out. I wanted to do absolutely nothing because that's what I felt like doing. But I had people in my life. I had good influences that allowed me to get up. And they gave me a helping hand in that time. Sometimes it's going to be harder to get up than other times. But those times are where you need your people the most. There's been this saying that I keep repeating in my head. It says, bad company corrupts good character. And I can't even tell you how many times that's been true for me. In high school, I didn't have the best friend group, and they led me down some pretty rough patches. But if it weren't for those people and the influences that they made in my life, I wouldn't be where I am now. I probably wouldn't have switched schools my senior year. I probably wouldn't have met the friends and the people and the influences that I did there. I probably wouldn't have met the people that led me to those points where I needed to seek God the most. My dad, a while ago, he introduced me to the idea of hyper-religiosity. It's this idea that people who go through a traumatic event will seek religion in a extreme way, and they will hyper-focus on it, and they'll get really into scripture, and they'll read their Bibles every day, and they'll revolve their entire life around whatever religion that they pick. For me, I felt that. In my lowest time, I couldn't turn to anything else, and I felt like absolutely no one understood what I was going through, so I suck out God. And man, I found him. Because before that, I was a very lukewarm Christian. I had the title, but I didn't have the actions. It's like Jesus cursing the fig tree. The fig tree was not bearing fruit. That's why Jesus cursed it. So for me, I didn't want to be cursed. I had the label of Christian, the label of the fig tree, but I wasn't bearing fruit. I didn't impact the people in my life the way that I should have been impacting them. And what happens whenever you have that influence on people, you choose what to do with it. If you have an influence on somebody and you choose to be a negative one, you can impact their life in a way that is going to be detrimental to them or could lead them down a very bad path. But it's that choice that you make. And choices are hard. For me, choosing where to spend my time, choosing where to spend my thoughts, choosing the places that I let my mind go during the day is difficult. And sometimes they go to pretty dark places. They go to the what ifs. They go to the what if I could have done something differently so that it didn't end the way that it did. What if I could have done something differently to impact this person in a different way than I did? What if I could have listened differently? What if I could have spoken differently? What could I have done? But I gotta tell you, it's not only your choices that determine your life. A large part of it is the choices that other people will make on your behalf. And that's something that I've been struggling with. How much of my life is in my own hands? And I came to the conclusion that whenever you are truly following Christ, your life is not in your own hands anymore. And that's a choice. You choose to let go of the reins. You have to choose to let go of what you're holding on to so that Christ can hand you what he needs to give you. If I'm constantly carrying all these different things, and I have my hands full of the things of the world, of an addiction or a person, and I'm holding on to these things, and whenever God goes to hand me something, I'm not going to be able to grab it. I'm not going to be able to grab on to my purpose that he gives me. And it's really interesting because I'll have these thoughts, and then I'll have the other ones. And then I have to understand in myself, what is the natural state of my soul? Is it this quiet calmness, or is it chaos? But it's not that simple. Bruce Lee defined it like water. You have to be able to go with the flow. But the soul is different. Sure, it's like water. It's transient. It's always shifting. It's interesting. Because for me, I want to do something. I want to make the choice to impact somebody in a beautiful way. But these choices that we make, they're hard. But you won't find peace until you stop mistaking the numbness for healing and the distractions for growth. Distractions can be so much fun at times. And if you're like me In college, distractions are easy to come by. In class, it's easy to doze off. It's easy to pay attention to anything but your lecturer's voice. It's easy at work to get distracted with a coworker. It's easy to do anything else but the job that's designed for you to do. Because when it's right in front of you, it's hard not to pay attention to it. But it's those distractions that can get us messed up. You have to trust that your will can be better than the distractions, and you have to trust that God's will is better than yours. It's a trust, and it's the choice to trust Him. Choices define our lives, whether to move forward or to keep looking back. A very important person in my life reminded me of something that I told them a while ago. And it was honestly something that I heard Steve Harvey say. He said, the rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield for a reason. You're supposed to pay more attention to what's ahead of you than what's behind. So what are you not paying attention to? And what are you not letting go of? What are you still holding on to? What's your hiccup? For me, I know what it is. But for you, it could be something different. To grow means to let go. To grow means to forgive. And forgiveness is continual. It's not just something that you get to grant one time. It's constant. But it's difficult. You have to remind yourself sometimes that you forgive. That you're not perfect either. No one is. There was one perfect man who lived, and they crucified him. And what's really cool about that is that Jesus, the King of the universe, He didn't wear gold. He wore scars. And the reason that He did that is because heaven's greatest treasure wasn't gold. It was you. So what are you going to choose to do with that?
Hello, my old heart, how have you been? Are you still there inside my chest? I've been so worried, you've been so still, barely beating it all. Oh, don't leave me here alone. Don't tell me that we've grown for having loved a little while.